Yo, 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 what is up? What is up? It's Keen. We're back. We're in the building with another episode of the Fadeaway Podcast. And as always, I got my guys. They're in the back. We got the hardest working man here on the network. We got Coach Donte. He's in the building. What's going on, Coach?
Hey, I can never get tired of hearing that. The hardest working guy, man. Like I said, man, I'm glad to be that hardest working guy, man. Like I said, I'm just glad to be up here and just glad to have an opportunity, to be a part of something, special. So I mean, I'm ready to get right into some basketball talk.
Yes, sir. And we got my guy Philly Talk Sports in the back. He is on his way to 1K. He's halfway there. We got my guy Robert in the building. What's going on, Robert?
Hey, what's good, Key?
Nothing
Not
much.
just after 1K, we're also halfway to being monetized.
Let's go. Let's go. And as always, we got the Vincent Man in the building of the network. It is my guy Spotlight is in the building. What's going on?
Crazy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on?
What up, Coach? What up?
What up,
All
Coach?
right, so we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty. But first, as y'all know, the tragedy that happened yesterday with those poor babies in Texas. 19 kids under the age of 10, fourth grade, and the teacher as well lost their lives to um, gun violence at school. And again, we're not going to really touch too much about it. Just go around real quick, say y'all thoughts about this whole tragedy.
I got no words for it.
When do it end?
Mm-hmm.
Question: When do it end? Why do we keep having these? We just had a mass shooting that white person went to a black neighborhood and just a whole super. So when do it actually? You know what I'm saying? Life is short to hold grudges. Life is short to be have animosity against it. You know, don't get me wrong. So it is what it is. I don't want to think of it like that, but until this country puts a stop to these matches, it's going to keep happening. Unfortunately, that those kids didn't deserve it. Going there to get an education, and their kids can't go get an education because they just don't know if you're cool. Come on. It's sad to say. It's very terrifying.
Just to let you know, like your reception is really choppy.
Well, I'm working on the job's Wi-Fi. Don't judge me.
Yeah, man. Like,
Robert said he got no words. Dante.
yeah, I got some words. I just want to say, prayers and condolences goes out to all them people, family that lost their loved ones, and like I say, man, nobody deserves to go down like the way they did. It's like I say, yeah, it's time for everybody to come together, in the community, man, regardless of what's going on, or regardless of what grudges you got. You never know when it's your last day on earth, so you want to kind of treat every day like it's your last day. If you got a problem with someone, just settle it personally or something like that. If you got a problem with someone, because life is too short, to be holding grudges and just going back and forth at each other and just stuff like that. I mean, they shouldn't have lost their life like that. That was a tough way to go down. So again, my condolences goes out to them.
And I'm gonna play this little clip. I know everybody's seen Steve Kerr, and I'm actually gonna applaud Steve Kerr what he said. I know he said a lot of stuff. A lot of Americans that wanted to say this and couldn't. So let's get into Steve Kerr. We just gonna play this right one time, and then we're gonna move on to the nitty gritty of everything. So give me 1 second.
California, and now we have children murdered at school. When are we going to do something? I'm tired. I'm so tired of getting up here and offering condolences to the devastated families that are out there. I'm so tired of the, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm tired of the moments of silence. Enough. There's 50 senators right now who refuse to vote on H.R. 8, which is a background check rule that the House passed a couple of years ago. It's been sitting there for 2 years. And there's a reason they won't vote on it, to hold on to power. So I ask you, Mitch McConnell, I ask all of you senators who refuse to do anything about the violence and school shootings and supermarket shootings, I ask you, are you going to put your own desire for power ahead of the lives of our children and our elderly and our churchgoers? Because that's what it looks like. It's what we do every week. So I'm fed up. I've had enough. We're going to play the game tonight. But I want every person here, every person listening to this, to think about your own child or grandchild, or mother or father or sister, brother. How would you feel if this happened to you today? We can't get numb to this. We can't sit here and just read about it and go, well, let's have a moment of silence. Yeah, go Dubs. Come on, Mavs, let's go. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go play a basketball game. And 50 senators in Washington are going to hold us hostage. You realize that 90% of Americans, regardless of political party, want background check, universal background check. 90% of us, we are being held hostage by 50 senators in Washington who refuse to even put it to a vote, despite what we, the American people, want. They won't vote on it because they want to hold on to their own power. It's pathetic. I've had enough.
Oh snap!
I definitely couldn't. Steve Kerr
I
said
gotta
it
give
best.
him a round of applause for that.
Steve Kerr said it best, man. Steve Kerr just definitely put the
Absolutely.
nail on the head. Like it's ridiculous. Like I said, we all got kids. I got a 15-year-old. He's in high school. I gotta watch. Look, yesterday, even though I know where he is at all times, I still check his location. Like it's just crazy. Like I can't even think and fathom what them parents got to go through. One, they was about to be on summer break. I know they had plans, everything. Now they gotta be planning funerals like that. I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine. I can't. I can't.
But the thing that we are leaving out is that he shot his grandmother before he shot these kids. So, like I said in our group chat, it starts at home. What is going on at home for these kids to go out and just buy guns and shoot? Number one. Number two is how are you raising your child? So it's a lot of things that goes into what these people do, but it's just a lot of hate in the world. And for me, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to get too political, but ever since the second George Bush came into office, that's when the hate started to get real. Simple as that. Basketball teams, all sports. I know this is an NBA show, but all sports had enough of this.
Absolutely.
Enough. It's just condolences go out to pray. Just pray for Texas, man. I know Donte, you're down there, so I don't know how your people are going through it and stuff like that. Because I don't know how far it is from you. Because I know you're in Texas as well. I don't know what info you have, but hey, I've never been there, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have too much of an info on that. I stay, I don't really even go out there. I don't even go out like that. I don't even go out, if it ain't practice or right here, just talking sports. It's just not going, don't go nowhere. But as far as that, I mean, like you said, we tell I tell my football team this, and I tell everybody this. It starts at home. Discipline starts at home with the parents and stuff. And what are these parents doing with these kids, or what are they doing for these kids and stuff, and how they grown up, how's they grown up to be. So again, like you say, it starts at home. The discipline does very much starts at home. So again, condolences going out to the family and stuff like that. Planning a lot of funerals and stuff like that. Pretty sure these kids and the teachers had plans throughout the summer. And hey, I mean, it just nobody deserves to lose their life like that. But it just starts at home. It just starts at home and how everything was going down.
All right, so what's going on, Jeremy? The Case by Case Sports Show. He did post like it's 85 miles away from San Antonio.
San Antonio.
All right, so we got that out the way. Let's get down to the nitty gritty of everything.
And there goes Donte.
Last night.
Eat his carrots.
Hold on. It was Cheetos, not carrots. But if they carrots, Donte.
Donte.
I don't eat carrots. I don't even eat carrots.
That's Cheetos.
Yeah, them hot fries.
It looked like carrots the way
he got the hot fries and cheese. Let's go. Last night's recap of the Warriors game between the Mavs game 4. We all thought the Mavs was going to get swept, but Luka Doncic said otherwise. Let's run down these box scores real quick. Danny Green, wrong Green, Draymond Green, 10 points. Andre Wiggins, 13 points. Looney only had 3 points. Steph Curry, 20. Klay Thompson, 12. We had Kuminga was in the game. Kuminga had a good game, 17 points, Poole 14, and Moody with 10 points. For the Mavs, 23 points for Finney Smith. We had 18 points from Reggie Bullock. Powell didn't do nothing. We had
garbage.
We had 15 points from Jalen Brunson. We had 30 from Luka. We had 13 from Keebler and 10 points from Dinwiddie and 5 for Bartans and Frank whatever, how the hell Nikina, whatever.
Kina Lena.
Yeah, he had 5 points.
All his key, I hope, as I guess Lucas says, his payback's a bitch after he get posterized. Oh, gave you 3. It's like, damn.
So Donte, with this game right here, what happened that the Mavs won this game?
They just came out ready to play basketball. They just came out and played with pride and stuff like that, not wanting to get swept in front of their home fans. They came out with a lot of sense of urgency. They came out with a lot of energy. They came out early, making shots and stuff like that. That's all that really happened. Must have something been said about Jason Kidd. He must have told him, are you prepared to go home? Or are you prepared to live to see another day? And that's what Dallas was prepared to do. They was prepared to live to see another day. They came out. They kind of outplayed Golden State. You just got to give them credit. They didn't lay down to them. They wasn't ready to go home. They wasn't ready for it to end on their court. They were ready for it to end in San Francisco, to end right here in Dallas. But you just got to give them credit. They came out, played well. They came out, played good basketball. Luka finally started making some shots. I mean, again, Golden State does a better job, a lot good. Like I say, Golden State force you to play their way. Even though when you don't want to play their way, they still force you to play their way at all times. So again, Golden State will make the adjustments. This is not nothing to bank up on. Golden State too good of a team not to be making no adjustments. You remember they lost the series. They damn near lost a big game in the series against Memphis, and they came after they lost by 55. They came out at home and beat Memphis and beat the hell out of Memphis. So again, they know how to make adjustments, man. They're a 3-time championship winning team. They know how to make the adjustments. I mean, it's just more of Dallas coming out with the energy and a sense of urgency and feeding off that home crowd energy and not wanting to get swept. That's just more. They played harder that last night. That's it.
So, Robert, are you concerned about the Warriors, like their performance in these last series, like in these last couple of series? Are you concerned?
I'm not going to say I'm not concerned because, like Donte said, the Warriors have done that, been there, done that the last 3 times. They're the 3-time NBA champs for a reason. Like, I mean, look, last night was a little bit of a road bump for the Golden State Warriors because if you think about it, it's just I think what Dallas did, I feel like because me and Dante kind of talked about this before on the on the stream on the I think game 3 because I think Dallas realized that Golden State at times can rely on the small ball lineups, and I think Dallas made that adjustment to that small ball lineup because number one, they didn't have Otto Porter Jr. He's another guy that can also make an impact for Golden State, which kind of hurts him a little bit. It's just, and like Dante said, I mean, Dante said it best. This Dallas was ready to play because you don't want to have that embarrassing moment on your home floor, and where you pretty much play your best basketball, and it's on your home floor. So I mean, plus I also think too, I think Luka finally got his payback for get his ass dunked on. So that's a whole other thing in itself.
Luka lost his damn soul. Oh my God, Jesus. So Spot, we're gonna ask you this question: Do the Warriors need more from Klay Thompson?
No, I don't think they need more from Klay Thompson. I think they have enough well-rounded players to let go off instead of Klay Thompson. Draymond Green is a spark when it comes to like fast breaks and stuff like that. I think we gotta fail to realize that Klay is coming off of 2 injuries that have not played basketball in 2 years. So, and he didn't play a full 82 game season. So he's still trying to get back into himself. You've seen flashes. Yes, of course you're going to see flashes. He's going to have nights that he looks like the old Klay. Sometimes he's going to look like the 10 of like, okay, do I want to move this way? Do I want to move that way when it comes to Klay Thompson? I think right now you got Poole, you got Wiggins playing his best basketball. Right now, you don't need Klay Thompson as much, but you're going if they win game 5, game 6, one of those, I'm telling you right now, they're going to need Klay Thompson in the finals. So Klay Thompson, this is your coming out game, the next game against the Dallas Mavericks. You do not want them to get a 3-2 series on y'all right now. Y'all don't want that. I mean, I did pick Dallas in 7. Don't get me wrong. I did pick Dallas in 7, and I was surprised the Warriors was up 3-0 because of the way they struggled against Memphis. But I think right now, the way the team basketball is in Golden State right now, they don't need Klay Thompson, but they're going to need him if they make the finals.
Definitely. I know Klay Thompson's been struggling a little bit. But
Am I still choppy or no? Am I good?
No, you good.
You good.
Okay. Because I was going to switch to my laptop, but but I might
yeah,
just
no,
do
definitely.
that
I know Klay was a little upset last night because I know Kerr took him out for Kuminga. I know he wanted to get those guys involved that haven't played, like a Toscano and a Kuminga and those guys. We seen Damian Lee in the game. When the last time we seen him in the series? So he's trying to get these guys around. Steve Kerr said, "Look, if you're on the bench, you're going to play. Be ready." They put Kuminga. He put Kuminga in the game because the last time that they played Dallas, he was kind of good with them. So, but it's just like it's been like Steph couldn't find his shot last night. Shit was coming up short. I don't know. But definitely, I still got the Warriors winning this game. I think they're not going to want to go to game 6. If it does, it's I think it's going to be trouble. And if Dallas somehow win this series, oh my God.
Yeah, when you're struggling like Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, like the team was struggling last night, when you're a coach, you're going to try to go on the bench and trying to find a little spark and try to find the energy to get this team flowing last night. Eventually, they lost by 10, but it was much worse than what it was last night. But you're going to always try to find a spark coming off that bench. It's just Klay just struggling shooting the ball. And we got to remember, Klay Thompson, he known for playing in these type of games. Game 6, you can go back with the Oklahoma City Thunder when he got hot in Game 6 and sunk the series back in 7, and Golden State end up winning. When they played my Rockets, Game 6, Klay Thompson was able to step up in those type of games. These are like Game 5. Those are the type of games Klay Thompson normally would show up in right there. But I really don't think it's a concern. Golden State been here before. Now Otto Porter, that's another depth guy that kind of hurt him when he kind of went down. But you kind of got so many guys like a Moses Moody and a Kuminga that can kind of fill in for him. that you can overcome Otto Porter. But I think Golden State gonna feed off that crowd in Game 5, and I expect Golden State to come out with a win at home in Oakland. I definitely expect Klay Thompson to have a better Klay Thompson and a better Steph Curry. I just think Dallas came out ready to play last night. Dallas just came out ready to play, and they came out with a lot of energy and poison. When you're struggling like Golden State did last night, you're going to try to find some juice off the bench. You're going to try to do that.
One player I think they're missing that was starting to get hot when they was there.
I already know who you're talking about.
BP2,
yep.
man.
Gary Payton Jr. I like him.
Oh,
he's nowhere to be found.
Well, remember he got hurt.
He broke his arm. He broke his arm.
Dylan Brooks
hit him on top of the head. He broke his arm. Yeah.
So they definitely was missing him. So D, I'm going to ask you, who's the X factor for the Mavs if they want to get back in this series and make it a series?
Jalen Brunson. Brunson has to be the guy he's going to have to be the guy to help Luka. I mean, they don't have Tim Hardaway on the floor. And that really hurts them too. And I would have said Finney Smith, but we know Finney Smith is just a role player. Brunson has been coming up clutch in these playoffs. That's the reason why they beat.
Had to plug that in there. Oh.
I can't with you, but so I feel like Brunson is the guy to help them get them back in this series, but they need a collective. They need their bench to step up. They definitely need Dinwiddie to be good. He needs to be the Dinwiddie against the Suns. So if Dinwiddie and Brunson can be those guys to take the load off of Luka and help him out against this Golden State Warriors team, I mean, y'all can say, people come down from 3-1. We've seen it happen. OKC allowed it. They had a 3-1 lead. I'm just saying. Y'all keep saying it's not possible, but the Golden State Warriors was down 3-1 to OKC. And
don't forget, OKC. Not to mention they did lose a 3-1 lead in the finals. They did lose that
2016 lead in the finals.
Is possible if you don't come out.
It's possible. People keep saying, "Oh, the Mavs is done in the next game." I understand it's in Golden State. I could completely understand that, but you could be beat on your home floor any given night. So I'm not saying the Mavs will win this game because I don't think they will. But if they get Dinwiddie involved, if he gets double-digit points and you get Brunson double-digit points, say if Brunson gets 17, Dinwiddie gets 20, and then you have Luka with like 30, 35, that you can win the game with those numbers. You really can. So, yeah, Brunson and Dinwiddie have to step up in this game to help Luka. But overall, team collective win.
I think one of the reasons why Dallas won last night because their role players was freaking hitting shots. Where was Kleber at all series? Where was who else was hitting shots? Bartans was hitting shots. Like the role guys was actually playing basketball and hitting shots and helping out Luka. It wasn't just him. But Robert, who is the X factor for the Warriors?
Ooh, the X factor for the Warriors. I'm going to have to say Jordan Poole. And I know Jordan Poole, and people have his different, he'd be like, not saying he's like the next Steph Curry, but the way that Jordan Poole has come up throughout his, I think, what was this, how many years in the league now? 2-3 years now?
2 or 3 years, something like that.
And, the kind of player that he has turned out to be, I've seen flash points where when he gets hot, he is going to be a tough guy to stop. It's just because think about it, if you got Curry getting hot, and then you got someone like Jordan Poole who's going to be hot off the bench, that's tough. That's going to be tough at times. So I'm going to go with Jordan Poole.
So Donte, is Klay Thompson going to be here next year? Do you think since the Jordan Poole's on the rise and fits well with that team, do you think Klay Thompson can get moved?
No, I don't think they need to move him. Just because Jordan Poole is emerging, I think they need to re-sign Jordan Poole back. I think Jordan Poole is very good for this team. Now it's up to what Jordan Poole want to do now because he's a free agent. It's up if he feel like he wants to be there or not. But Klay Thompson is one of the heart and souls of this Golden State Warrior team. They won 3 championships together. Like I said, again, I don't think they need to move Klay. I really don't think they need to move Klay. If I have a choice to keep either one, I keep Klay Thompson. I'll let Jordan Poole move on. I'll let him move on so he can emerge somewhere else. But again, I know Jordan Poole is much younger, but I think it's okay. Klay Thompson is valuable to the Warriors and what they do. He's valuable to the Warriors, what they do. But yes, Jordan Poole is more younger, but Klay Thompson is valuable, and he's a Warrior. He's meant to be a Golden State Warrior. So if I had to pick and choose which one that I would keep Klay. I would definitely keep Klay. I would definitely keep him because he's one of the heart and souls of this team. His defense is valuable. His shooting will be valuable in pivotal games. But I think they do need to keep Jordan, do whatever they could to keep Jordan Poole. But it's Jordan Poole's decision what he wants to do because he definitely can emerge somewhere else and be a star and be a number one guy against another opposing team. So I think they need to keep Klay.
See, I don't think he will be. I don't think Jordan Poole would be successful anywhere else but Golden State.
Yep. That's the system. That's why I say they need to keep him. They need to figure out a way.
He can't. I don't think he'll be a number one guy in this league. I think he'll be a number 2. He'll be that second go-to guy out of somebody else. That's how I feel about Jordan Poole. Yes, he's talented. Don't get me wrong. He's in a great system in Golden State. But if you put him on a team that's not, if he signs to a team that's not winning, and you put him on a team that does not have the system that he ran in Golden State, he will not be successful. Let's just keep it a buck here. Let's keep it real. Before Iguodala went to Golden State, what did he do with the Philadelphia 76ers? Not much.
Jack squat.
Not much. And then he bounced around, and then he found his place in Golden State, and that's where he fits. Same thing for same thing. Like he left Golden State, went to Miami, went to the finals with them, but they didn't win it. But he went back to the Golden State Warriors, and look how better the Golden State Warriors got when Iguodala was there. So it's just meant for Jordan Poole to be
he might be back for if they, when they make it to the finals, it's possible Iguodala might come back. So
that's true,
right. But I'm just saying, as far as you go to a team that you fit a system, and you go somewhere else and you don't fit the system and it doesn't work out. That's why a lot of players go to certain teams just for the money. But I don't think Jordan Poole would do that.
No, I think they need to keep Jordan Poole. I think they need to figure out.
I think they should. I think they should because I feel like he's their 6th man coming off the bench, correct?
Long as Klay
he was a starter majority of the year because Klay Thompson was out.
Okay, and that's another thing too because Golden State has a good deep bench, and let's say it's just like if you let Klay Thompson walk, that's gonna hurt them a ton. Which I don't see that happening. Same with Jordan Poole. I don't see Golden State getting rid of them because even Klay Thompson was hurt because of the ACL, and it was the ACL, and it's just like Spotlight said, there's certain players that will go there for the money, or sometimes, and there's some that might go there for a scheme fit. Jordan Poole, if I'm Jordan Poole, I would start trying to have my agent kind of start asking, negotiating for a contract extension because he's got to stay in Golden State because that team is going to be good for years to come. Like say, Thompson retires or Curry retires at some point in his career, and then let some players like Jordan Poole and Kuminga, Looney, whoever else is there, and thrive. So I mean, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Let me check. Let me double check that because I don't.
When did Denver go to the finals in 2009? They went to the
Western Conference Finals. They went to the Western Conference Finals. I think they played the Lakers. They played the Lakers.
Oh, he said
they had a second.
My bad, Jeremy. My bad, Jeremy. I swore it.
No, they played the Lakers.
I swore it said NBA Finals, not West Finals. My bad.
Yeah, they did. They didn't reach the NBA Finals.
Yeah, they reached the Western Conference. They played
the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, Western Conference Finals is the closest that they've reached.
All right, so let's get down to Game 5. Preview Game 5 with Boston and Miami. This series is tied up 2-2. Lord have mercy, up and down, back and forth.
Back-to-back blowouts. What the hell?
Kyle Lowry with the injuries, he's been up, he's been in and out. Jimmy Butler's hurt. Tyler Hero wasn't hurt. What y'all think about this series? Coming in tonight.
I'll say this: I would not be surprised if this will be another blowout. I would not be surprised if that's going to be the case because, fuck. When me and Donte did Game 4, like you could definitely tell when they miss some of their key players, even off the bench, like Tyler Hero, for example, they're going to struggle. And I mean, not compared to the starters shooting really poorly. Like the fact they only scored 1 point on the Bam Adebayo free throws after just not. And that's the problem at times I have sometimes with the Miami Heat. Like they're very streaky. And like as Key once puts it, they got the Katy Perry syndrome.
Perry syndrome.
Not the Katy Perry syndrome.
There it goes.
My God, I can't.
Hot in your cold. You're yes and you know. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the X factor in this Heat game? Who's the X factor for this Heat team?
So who's the X factor?
Yes.
For Miami Heat or Boston?
Miami.
I'm sorry to say, but Kyle Lowry has to be the X factor. Kyle Lowry has to play better, even though he's coming off of an injury. Jimmy Butler, we already know what Jimmy Butler could do, but Jimmy Butler he has not played his best the last couple of games either. So Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry for me, if Kyle Lowry could get out of if you could get scoring out of Kyle Lowry, shoot from the three and going back and playing defense, it takes a lot off. Even though we know what Tyler Hero could do off the bench. That's why I said that I don't think Tyler Hero will be an X factor. But you know who can be an X factor and needs to step up?
Bam.
Duncan Robinson.
That's if Spoelstra.
Duncan Robinson.
Spoelstra don't even have him in the lineup. How you pay this man $90 million and you fall out the lineup?
Well, I mean, that's what happens when injuries happen and you get into the lineup and you get paid and you get out the lineup. Look what Tyler Hero had. What happened to him? The year that he was starting, they went to the NBA Finals in the bubble. And then he ended up going back to being on the bench. But I think Spoelstra needs to learn his rotation. For real, put Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson in at the same time. You got to pick your poison, in my opinion. When it comes to the backcourt, you got to pick your poison. But Kyle Lowry, as when it comes to starting five, he's the X factor in this game for Miami.
I'm gonna say Bam gotta be the X factor because there are times where Jimmy is not Jimmy. You know, he's coming off of that knee injury. He's not full 100%. Lowry not a full 100%. Bam gotta be better. Bam gotta be better. If Bam plays better, maybe the other the teammates around him will be better. We all know what Max Strus can do. We all know what Vincent can do. But I say the X factor gotta be Bam Adebayo in this series.
You know what's the problem with Bam is that he's undersized compared to Al Horford and Williams. He don't have that extra big man to get that attention away from Bam. So they playing small. Miami playing small ball majority of the time. If you look at their lineup, the biggest guy on the floor is Bam. And Bam he's like 6'6", 6'5", like 6'8" at least, not even 7 foot, if I'm not mistaken. He's the biggest player on the floor. So when you do bring in the other guy, Dedmon, off the bench, he's not as athletic as Bam. But when you have Al Horford and Robert Williams in at the same time, what Bam can really do when it comes to rebounding and defending. So it's going to be really hard for Bam to get going when you got two big men on you.
Yeah, so Bam is 6'9". So like you said, I mean, and we saw it in Game 4. Like Williams and Horford made a living hell out of it, especially Horford. Barry picked up. Like Horford has, proven to show that he is a thorn in Bam Adebayo's side. Same with Robert Williams. I mean, the way I can put this is like we have two big guys that can rebound against a guy who's 6'9". Granted, I mean he's more, and you also have Lewis Dedmon. It's gonna like Dee said, it is tough. It is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Can Jason Tatum carry Boston to the finals, Donte?
Well, he carried them to the playoffs. When they was in the playoff game against the Brooklyn Nets, he carried them to the playoffs. He showed potential. He can do it. He can definitely carry a team, but he's gonna need a lot of help too, though. It just cannot be just a Jason Tatum thing. He's gonna need a lot of help. This series up and down. You don't know which team is gonna show up. This series been so up and down. It's been so many. Every game is every team, every game, everybody they both won. They won in blowout fashion. So you basically don't know what team's gonna show up. But he definitely shown the ability that he can carry a team, but he also needs some help. He also gonna need some help. This is a Miami team that can actually play defense from time to time and play some defense. So he with this type of team, I don't think it's gonna have to take a team effort. It's gonna have to take Jaylen Brown helping him out, who's the second scorer of the team. Is gonna have to take Al Horford's energy. Peyton Pritchard is going to have to keep knocking down shots. So he can carry a team, but I'm not going to say not. I'm not. He can carry a team. He's capable, but for who they going against right now, I don't think if he's the only one that's scoring and making a play, then I'm gonna say no. He can't carry this team. He can't carry this team against the defensive scheme that they're going against, and a great coach of Eric Spoelstra. And then you also got another coach on the sideline, and Udonis Haslem and Caron Butler, who's a part of that coaching staff as well, who's played in the NBA, who has won championships as well. And you playing against Jimmy Butler, who's putting it all out on the line, who plays hard every single time. And Jimmy Butler needs some people to step up for him too. So again, Tatum could very much carry a team, but in this scenario, I'm going to say he can't carry this team if other guys don't step up.
So Burns said, I will not support the NBA after the season, no matter if Miami wins or lose. I'm tired of watching three-point contests. Take me back to the Kobe days, the new eras we born in, all thanks to the Warriors.
Yep. Blame the Golden State Warriors for making everything you live and die by the three. I mean, don't get me wrong. The three-point shot is very pivotal in the game of basketball. Don't get me wrong. But when you coming down in the possession and you got 20 seconds on the shot clock left in the goddamn possession and you shooting a three and you're not running your offense, that's the problem. That's the problem. They think everybody can be like James Harden, put it between the legs, step back three, like a goddamn video game. Stephen Curry is not a video game. Like, stop.
It's funny because Vince Carter actually did an interview with Patrick Ewing, and Patrick Ewing's upset because there's no more bigs, like a true big nowadays. Because when you do get a big, they all stretch four guys, stretch five.
Yeah, they want to be stretch bigs, and it's not really too many players that could go. Too many big men can go back to the basket and just post up. But at the same time, you got to blame the NBA for that too, because if they try to back up and try to bully their way back into like Shaq used to do, the rest is calling a foul.
And plus, they got that offense 3 seconds, so they can't stick. They can't.
Yeah, the
camp in the lane.
Defense is 3 seconds in the lane. They can't protect the basket like they're supposed to either. So thank the Golden State Warriors for changing it for the 3-pointer, but you got to blame the NBA as an organization as well.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's get into. Well, go ahead. Say your last statement, Robert. My bad.
The thing about and kind of go off of Donte with Tatum, like, if Tatum's off, like, we've seen it and we've seen games where Tatum's off. Boston doesn't go as well. Like, I mean, you got Jaylen Brown. He's another guy that needs to step up as well. In certain, I mean, look, he's good, but there are times that Brown has not stepped up when he really needs to. Like, I mean, like Tatum and Brown. If they can get that team going, I mean, look out for Boston, because that's just going to be they're going to be tough to stop.
It's going to be more of a supporting cast for Boston.
It's two people for Boston that really kind of has to, but I don't know if he's going to play again tonight. Marcus Smart, we all know he's that dog on defense, and also Grant Williams got to step up too.
Yeah, Grant. Yeah,
lay off my man. I thought you seen that game 3. You seen that game 3. He was the factor of Boston winning game 3. We're not going to do that.
I mean, he also was a pivotal of winning game. What is it? Game 4. Game 4. Despite hurting his shoulder along the way.
He played well. Yeah, Grant Williams. Don't get me wrong. Grant Williams is very undersized for his play style, but if you keep him in the lineup without Marcus Smart, he's a different type of player. You've seen that when Marcus Smart was out and Grant Williams started, he looked like a totally different player than coming off the bench. He looked more comfortable in the starting five. So if Grant Williams played tonight, Boston might just win this game.
All right, so we're gonna do a little over or under. All right, again, we all know Game 5 is tonight. So, are y'all taking the over or under Jimmy Butler scoring 24 and a half points? Donte.
Is this in Miami?
I'm taking the over.
Yeah.
I'm taking over 25, 2 and 24. I'm taking over. I'm taking the over. I think Jimmy Butler's gonna be that guy tonight. But what if he has some help or not? I can't say if he has some help. But Jimmy Butler plays hard every time he go out there on the court. He plays hard. But I'm gonna take the over in Miami. I'm gonna take the over. I'm gonna take the over 24.
Robert.
I want to go over as well since it is in Miami. And as me, Key, and Dino as Sixers fans, we've seen him go off for like over 20-plus points at home. So he has a track record of doing that. Now, like Donte said, if he's going to have help, that remains to be seen going into tonight. So right now, for me, it's over for Jimmy Butler, over 24 and a half.
Before D goes, Woj just tweeted out that Robert Williams and Marcus Smart are available for tonight. They both will play.
And that just changed my mind.
Damn.
Butler under 24 and a half. I'm going under because Marcus Smart defensively on Jimmy Butler, it really has Jimmy Butler struggle when Marcus Smart defends him. He struggles. So even though both of them are like playing on an injury, and I feel like Marcus Smart is an X factor on the defensive side, the defensive player of the year in the NBA on top of that. So I'll say it's a little bit under 24 and a half. I say he's going to get about at least 22, 23. I don't see him going over 24 and a half.
All right, so Damian says Jimmy is getting 30, so he's taking the over. So we got Jaylen Brown shooting 2.5 threes. Over or under?
Can I go first? That is a complete over.
That ain't even a question that needs to be.
Yeah, that's over for sure.
Did we not just talk about how this is a 3-point league? We don't take more than 2.5 threes. Let's just keep it a buck. He will at least shoot about 6 of them bad boys, 6 to 12 of them bad boys.
I was about to say between 5 and 10 at least.
Yeah, that's definitely an over 2.5. Who came up with this, Key?
Look, the over-unders that I seen
for this.
The over-unders that I seen, I can't make this up.
Okay, you've seen it, but where did you see it?
ESPN.
Oh, ESPN smoking crack. Something wrong with that.
So the last over-under, we're gonna go with Jason Tatum, 28.5.
Oh, okay. That's tough.
This is tough. Your game was
I want to see over. I want to see over. I think he's going to have a 30 burger, because if Butler, if Kyle Lowry doesn't step up and Miami completely shits the bed like they did in Game 3, I would not be surprised if Jason Tatum will drop like 30 to 35 in that range.
I'm gonna. It's possible he can very much do that. He can get.
I'm gonna still say under though. I think he can.
I wanna say.
27.
I'm gonna say go my first mind. I'm gonna say under. I'm gonna say he get 26.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm gonna say he get 26. So I'm gonna go under, but he can get 30. He can get 30. But if he gets 26,
he can score 40.
Yes, he can score that if he wants
I'm
to.
just saying.
That's 50-50, but I'm gonna go 26. I'm gonna go at least 26 tonight.
Yeah, I agree with Donte on that
All
one.
right, so Victor Oladipo has definitely been playing some great basketball since he's been back. Is he back to his all-star like self?
No, because he's not a starter.
He's not an all-star no more. He's not an all-star.
I think his best days were back in Indiana, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think since he had the surgeries, he has not been himself. Now, I think he understands the role that he's going to be a role player for Miami. he's going to be that role player.
Oh, can I say I want to say one more thing before we move on. I want to say personally, for Victor Oladipo, I apologize for how I assassinated him in Houston. How I talked about him in Houston. He was over there playing good with Miami. It was just Houston. When Houston was bad, we was just a bad situation for him.
Houston was a toxic organization in itself.
Yeah, it just was a bad organization for him and a bad fit for him. He just didn't want to be in Houston. So he's over there playing great in Miami as a role player. So I want to personally apologize to Victor Oladipo for my assassination and stuff like that.
You don't got no apologies for PJ Tucker?
I'm sorry.
Oh hell no. I ain't got no apologies. Because he played the same way he played in Houston. I don't got no apologies.
No, it's not.
I really thought I haven't talked
better than Miami.
I haven't talked crap about PJ though. I didn't talk no noise about PJ. I never talked noise. I always respected him. I never talked noise.
I wish I had the screenshots when you was in the group chat talking about PJ Tucker playing way better. Where was this? Matter of fact, no, it was a live stream that you did. It was a live. You was like, damn, why we couldn't get this PJ Tucker?
I did say that, but I didn't talk garbage about PJ much as I did Victor Oladipo in Houston. Much as I didn't, I talked so much crap about Victor Oladipo in Houston. I talked so much.
I ain't gonna lie. I gotta give my props to PJ Tucker as well.
Yeah,
I wasn't the ones like this mother is trash. He's garbage.
See, you see,
I was just like that. Sometimes you just got to go to a team where it fits you. And Spoelstra as a coach, and he fits in Miami.
I mean, he played well with the Bucks.
Spoelstra and Pat Riley.
See, the difference is, Key, with Milwaukee, he didn't he was just a defender in Milwaukee. But if you see him shooting the basketball in Miami, he would never do that in Houston or Milwaukee. Never.
Like, he had some great moments in Houston. Like, when we were winning, he had some great tough defensive moments. But like I say, he do the same thing. Like, he'll make a shot. He'll be on. He's on and off shooter. He's an on and off shooter. He's an on and off shooter, but he never made that many shots that he did did doing in Miami and got Miami right now. He was just making shots really actually consistently in Miami more than he did in Houston. A lot.
All right.
Now here's something I didn't know about the Sixers. Mike D'Antoni was with the Key. I don't even know this. We had Mike D'Antoni. We were 10-72. I didn't know that. We had Mike D'Antoni in this organization first. I told back in 2015, 2016, we had him as an associate head coach. Like, oh fuck.
Jesus. All right, before we move, we gotta move on. But Donte, who wins this game tonight?
I got Miami winning this game. Close. It's gonna be a close game. I got Miami in 7, so I got Miami winning this game, and I got Boston winning in the very next game. But I got Miami winning tonight in Game 5.
Robert, who you got?
I got Miami as well, because Miami has shown that most of the time they play excellent basketball on their home floor.
Steve, who you got?
Boston won the last game, right?
Yep.
I'm taking Miami in this game. And you know what? I'm sorry, whoever's doing this live stream.
Robert.
Yep.
You're gonna see another blowout.
That's what I said. I said,
even though it's so much physicality with this game,
hey, look, blowouts get more views.
Even though Jason Tatum might. You ain't never lied about that, Robert. Hey,
think about the Golden State Mavericks team. That's almost at 24,000 views.
Shit, goddamn, bro. Hey, I'll be eating when it's a blow. I'll just be eating. I'll be taking my attention right off the game.
Yeah, Cheetos and his nacho cheese.
I don't know. Like I had Miami winning this series, but I don't know. Somehow I think Boston's still gonna pull this out. It's still gonna go 7 games. I think I'm gonna take Boston tonight. I'm gonna go with Boston. Okay. Everybody else taking Miami. I'm gonna go Boston to win this game tonight. So we just don't know who's gonna show up in Miami. But let's move on here now. We got the All NBA team came out, and
Oh boy.
Just with how everybody faces. So we all know who was on the first team. Luka Doncic. We got Book.
Hold up. We got some breaking news. Hero is out for game 5.
Oh boy.
Oh shit. There we go.
Marcus Smart is in, Robert Williams is in, and Hero is with a groin.
I think it's a groin injury that sidelined him in last game.
Right. It's a groin injury.
Oh, damn. That sucks.
Still taking Boston. Still taking Boston. All right, so the first team all NBA is the Giannis Antetokounmpo, and we got Devin Booker, Luka Doncic, Jokic, and Jason Tatum. Any wrong with that?
That's tough because Giannis. I think I always see Giannis as a first team All NBA because Giannis has been good for the last multiple years now. Despite the fact that coming into the league that people criticize him to being a bust and proved everybody wrong, and I don't really see anything wrong with that. I really can't say because it's like you got some good players. Luka has been good, and at times he has his struggles. Booker, has done a pretty decent job this year, especially in the postseason without Chris Paul, and we all know how everybody's criticizing Chris Paul for that. But I can't disagree with the first team though. That's the thing.
I don't mind the first team, but I got to question Devin Booker. That's the only thing I got to question.
Yeah,
Why we got to question Devin Booker? Because how he played in the playoffs. Because you got to think
how he played in the playoffs too. But that stuff already come on during the regular season. Chris Paul and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think they're going off of how.
No, they don't go. They never go off playoffs.
They're going off regular season.
Yeah, they're going off regular season. But again, I got a question about Devin Booker. How Devin Booker is, he is a great player. He is a great player. But again, I think, like I said, I think the Suns' window has closed. To be honest, I just really think their window has really closed. I don't see them really getting back to the finals anytime soon. Especially when Golden State is getting better. Kawhi Leonard is going to get healthy. He's coming back.
And you got Minnesota up and coming.
You got Minnesota up and coming. You got Dallas is better in the Western Conference Finals.
And look how great
New Orleans, if they make the right moves, New Orleans can make the right moves as well. So I think that Suns window has really actually closed. But I'm okay with the list. I'm not upset with the list.
I don't think so. I think they need to figure out what they need to do with DeAndre Ayton.
I
feel like they're missing. I feel like they're missing a number 3. They're missing that third option. I don't think even though Mikal Bridges is good. Don't get me wrong; he's great defensively. But can you really rely on him when Chris Paul and Devin Booker is not shooting the basketball? Can you really compare? Can you really rely on Crowder? You can't. That's what the Suns is missing. They're missing that number 3 person. But when it comes to going back to the question, NBA, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it because it's a regular season type of award. You really can't like they said they go off a regular season.
Yeah, I'm not mad at the list.
I'm not mad at it. I wouldn't question Devin Booker because Devin Booker did have a sensational year in a regular season, even when he was hurt as well. But I'm not a big fan of Nikola Jokic. I could really question that if we want to be completely honest. I could question Nikola Jokic than questioning Devin Booker. Because people fail to forget that Nikola Jokic didn't play a full year of dominance. He just didn't. He looked like shit the first half. Sorry to say. When Joel Embiid was dominant all year. Let's just keep it real.
The NBA still hates Philly. So either way, it is what it is. We can't change that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That one could have been swapped. But am I mad at it? No.
No. Look, Jokic, like D said, he may be playing like shit in the first half, but you gotta give him at least some credit that him and Joel Embiid are probably the two, revolutionized big men to kind of really change the game of basketball and how the center position has played. Both have good mobility. Jokic is a better passer than Embiid. I'll give him that. But Is he a better shooter? Probably not than Embiid. I mean, despite, and at times Embiid has been inconsistent in some of the shots, but like D said, Embiid has been dominant all year. It's just, and you got to look at the eye test. The eye test is also where you can see that.
All right, so we got second team NBA. We got Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan, KD, Joel Embiid, John Morant.
Okay, so now this second team, now it makes me want to think about flip-flopping in the first team. I'm gonna be completely honest. There's no fucking way that Steph Curry should be all second team.
But hold on, let me do the third real quick. We got LeBron, Chris Paul, Siakam, Cat, and Trae Young.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, third team. I'm
okay with that. I'm fine. That's nothing wrong with
third
that.
team.
It's not wrong with that.
I'm with you on this one. The second team, I have Superman. Like for me, when I think of Steph Curry's always been the first team on the NBA because when he retires, he's going to go down as the greatest shooter of all time, hands down.
Right. So, in my opinion, if you really want to switch Devin Booker out, you should put Devin Booker second team and put Steph first team.
And the first team, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So who was else in that second team? It was Steph Curry. Who else?
Steph Curry, DeRozan, KD, Embiid, and John Morant.
I think Steph is the only one I would swap.
Yeah, I can see that.
Steph and possibly
actually.
Embiid.
Yeah, the Embiid and the Jokic is 50-50. John Morant has a potential to be the first teams, be a potential all NBA first team.
But let's keep it a buck though. Who had a better year, Luka or Ja?
I think Ja had a way much better year than I hate to say it, but I think Ja had a much better year. Because if you think about it, he took he's like second year in the league now? How long has he been in the league? 2 years?
Don't start your shit.
You said I think Luka
he was not looking bad.
Damian, don't even do that because you're big. You got the worst big man on the East Coast. You got the worst big man on the East Coast. Stop it.
And even Gooley was saying the exact same thing. He doesn't even like Vucevic.
Vucevic is trash, bro.
And speaking of the Bulls, since Damian wanted to bring up some shit about the Phillies.
Wrong team.
I know. Do you think Zach LaVine could end up in LA?
No, but I think he's leaving Chicago.
Yeah.
I think he's leaving Chicago. I don't think he will end up in LA because LA don't got the goddamn money. They still got Westbrook on contract. They still got LeBron James under contract. They still got Anthony Davis on contract. Those three players alone takes up their salary. So I don't. If Zach LaVine wants to go be a star, don't go to the Lakers. But you know where else you could go though. That's still in LA. Go get that third player with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George and Zach LaVine with the Clippers. Why not?
Ooh, it
was talk that George might be going to the other LA team.
George is the Lakers.
That's the thing, though. That would never happen because until you get rid of that Westbrook contract or the LeBron James contract or the Anthony Davis contract, you can't make no moves in LA. That's with the Lakers. That's the problem. So, if I'm Zach LaVine right now, and the way the Chicago Bulls is I don't know if the window is closing, but I will say this. Zach LaVine's going to go somewhere where he wants to win now. Yes, they did go to the playoffs this year. Absolutely fine. But they got dominated in this playoffs. Even though that Lonzo Ball, we don't know with his career, with his uncertainty, with his injuries. Alex Caruso, he was injured majority of the year. They need a big man. They need a dominant big man for the Chicago Bulls. And don't get me wrong, Kobe White is good, but he's very inconsistent. But Zach LaVine wants to go somewhere with another real star because Zach LaVine is a star. So with that being said, I don't think he would go to the Lakers, but I damn sure know he'll go to the Clippers with Kawhi Leonard coming back after sitting out a whole year with all that rest and with a healthy Paul George. If they bring Paul George back, bruh. Go to the Clippers, bro. The Bulls can't win a championship either, Damian. When the last time the Bulls won a championship? 96. Stop it.
Yeah, before I was even thought.
Damn, Robert wasn't thought of yet. Jeez.
I was in middle school in 96. Stop it.
I wasn't thought of to the year after.
I was 6 years old. I was 6 years old in 96.
I was on my way. I think I was in the 7th grade.
I was going into I was on my way into middle school when you was in 7th. Matter of fact, I was in elementary school. Because you got some years on me, kid.
Damn, really?
God
Yeah,
damn
look.
it. Talking about the
Hey.
Clippers can't win no championships. The Bulls have not won a championship in how many decades?
It's
Shit,
been
I can't talk. And I know Damien's going to come back with the Sixers. I know the Sixers have not won nothing since my brother was a baby with a wet
Dub
pamper.
said he was 4.
I'm telling you, the Sixers have not won a championship since my brother was in a wet pamper. Stop it.
I wasn't thought of the last time the Sixers won a
What was
championship.
y'all?
That was
The last championship.
83.
The
That was
last
83.
championship was
My
with
brother-
Moses Malone and Julius Erving, wasn't it?
My brother was born in 83, and I came 3 years later.
I came
Yeah.
next year. So yeah,
And then
I wasn't
geez,
thought of
forget.
it.
Think about this too. Next year it'll be 40 years since the Sixers last championship. So think about that. Yeah,
Last time we saw an NBA Finals, I was a freshman in high school.
That was
I
Allen
was
Iverson.
about 4 or 5.
That was Allen Iverson.
2001. I was in 11th grade.
I
Right.
was
And
I was
a freshman
4.
in high school.
I was 11 years. I believe I was 11 years old.
I
I was 11 years old. I was 11 years
Man,
old.
most of the powder, you guys are showing your age. Jesus Christ! I mean, how many?
Robert.
Oh, there's some old people here.
I was born in. Hey, look, the last time I saw AI was when I was 4 years old. I was born in '97.
It's all love, man. It's all love.
Oh,
Damien.
young
I'll just tell you how it
whippersnapper.
is.
Like, get off my lawn!
But Zach Levine is if he doesn't go to the Clippers, I wouldn't mind seeing him with the Clippers, but he's not staying with Chicago
Yeah,
until they break the bank with him. They're gonna have to break the bank to keep him.
yeah, because I think their own. Because I think their owner might be cheap or something like that.
Can I say this though?
Huh?
Can I say this though? Zach Levine, do not go to Portland. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh shit! No.
I know I put a video out on the Spotlight Sports Network saying it's a possibility that Portland
That's
might
where
go
people
after
go to
Zach
die.
Levine. But I'm just saying, Zach Levine, I say only go to Portland if they giving you a crazy contract.
But he know he want to win now. I
You,
wouldn't want to go to Portland. I don't
you
care
tell
about
you,
my
you
money.
know you down. You get, yeah. Like I say, they give him a crazy contract and he goes to Portland. Yeah, you don't want to win. You don't want to win.
I
You
mean,
know
we
that.
seen that. We seen.
Yeah, we
these-
have
we
seen that.
these
We
NBA
seen Carmelo
players,
State. We seen Carmelo Stay in New York where he should have went somewhere else.
and he
And
took
got him away
mad
when he
money
took the money.
when
He
he
took
was
the
in New
money
York.
and
Like,
he was losing. Yup.
Man, they rather get paid than win, basically.
Since Dub's in here, I know we got to talk about his sons. I'm sorry, but it's a hot topic. It's reports. We don't know if Aiden will resign with the Suns, but there are reports that some teams are going after or going to try to. You got the Hawks, the Pistons, the Blazers, the Hornets, and San Antonio. Would any of them
Ooh.
teams fit on DeAndre Ayton?
The Hornets.
I can see the Hornets because they
The
don't have a
Hornets,
big man.
I think they need a capable big. I think the Hornets could fit them pretty good, but if they don't pay DeAndre Ayton, like I said, I think their championship window closed anyway. I think their window is really actually closed anyway. So if they decide to get rid of Ayton or keep him, Phoenix is going to be really, really tough to win for them to win a championship. Like I said, everybody's getting better in the Western Conference. You got some teams on the come up. And now that they blew this series against the Dallas Mavericks, and they already blew a 2-0 series lead in the finals against the Bucks, I think their window is closed. It's kind of shut a little bit, but I think the Hornets will make more sense for him because
Absolutely.
they're not a championship contending team. They're a playoff contending team, but they also do need a big man too. Also do need a big man down low.
Well, because what the thing with the Hornets is, because like the last big man they had was the only one I could think of that the last time that was with the Hornets, that was Frank Kaminsky, and he was not that great. So I think, well, PJ Washington, well, he's okay, unless
He's still a young player
the.
that's still developing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
but he's a stretch forward though. He's not a virtual
he's
center.
not a center.
He's not a virtual center. He's a power forward. He's more
Oh
of a
shit!
power forward. He can shoot.
Go! Oh, you want the French fry? Oh shit!
Yeah, you want to go Bear with the Suns? I can't stand.
Oh, and the fact. Oh shit!
Y'all definitely ain't winning no damn championship now with him.
Wow.
One thing I can say about Gobert, he does not have an offensive game, but he definitely can play some goddamn defense. What that I can say.
That is true, but it's mostly interior defense.
You know how you mush the French? You get a mushed up French fry. That's him.
Even Karku doesn't want this.
I just don't think Gobert is good defensively. I mean, good offensively, but I think he's good defensively. Chris, you know what though? Chris Paul don't have to win a title because he's still a Hall of Famer. I'd rather be a Hall of Famer. I'd rather be a Hall of Famer than a champion. Shit.
I mean, look, there's players in the Hall of Fame who do not even have a ring.
Right.
AI is one of them.
And that's what I'm saying. I do not mind. But as far as back to the question, DeAndre Ayton. What was the teams again?
I know Charlotte, San Antonio.
The Blazers, the Pistons, Hawks.
Now
I
the
can see
Hawks is interesting.
Yeah, the Hawks is very interesting because who knows what's going to go.
I like Clint Capella, but he's only good off the pick and roll. DeAndre Ayton could do a lot more than what Clint Capella could give them. Now, Clint Capella is a great defender and a great rebounder, and I think DeAndre Ayton needs to get better at being a better defender and a better rebounder. But if you look at the offensive side of the ball with Trae Young and DeAndre Ayton, you can't go wrong with that. And I feel like Capella offensively, he's only a one style type of player. Off the pick and roll, get the alley-oop, and that's it. He can't put his back to the basket. He can't bully nobody in under the basket. He just can't. And I think if DeAndre Ayton get out of his soft ass ways with his big frame and be dominant in Atlanta, even though the Hornets sound really good too because they do need a big man. But Trae Young and DeAndre Ayton, and you put some pieces around that Atlanta Hawks team, you might see something.
And the thing with DeAndre Ayton too, and that's why I think separates him from Clint Capella because Adrian also has a good mid-range game too. So, which I think something I think the Hawks could use because instead of having a big man that relies on the pick, being off the pick and roll. How's the
Hall of Fame a joke? I got a question. How is the Hall of Fame a joke, Damian? Because one thing about the Basketball Hall of Fame, even though you don't win a championship professionally,
you're still noticed as a
national championships in college, and they put that in your Hall of Fame. That's part of your accolade, something the NFL needs to do. For real, let's keep it a buck.
You're still remember on how great you are in the league. You're still going to be remembered.
It's not just players.
I mean, Chris Paul, he just hasn't won a championship, and like I say, it's hard. It's not easy to win a title in the league. I mean, hey,
but nobody's saying nothing about Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson didn't win no damn championship. He's still considered the greatest.
But he had a great career.
He had a great career
without a championship. He's a Hall of Famer. What are we talking about here? Like,
and there are some coaches too. Like,
yeah, I'm about to be Stephen A. Smith when they ask. I'm really
Tracy McGrady is a Hall of Famer. He don't have a championship. Yao Ming is a Hall of Famer. Yao Ming's career was cut short, and he's still a Hall of Famer.
Right?
But they remember his greatness.
Talking about?
He's still a Hall of Famer. His career was cut short, really.
And I'll be honest with you, if Steph Curry did not have those championships and he was still shooting them 3-pointers,
he would still be a Hall of Famer.
Of all time,
absolutely,
he would still be a Hall of Famer to this day. And he can retire today without no championships. He still will be a Hall of Famer.
Exactly, because you got to think about what he did for Davidson as a player. Put Davidson on the fucking map. It did.
That is true.
It did. Who the hell heard of Davidson in the NCAA tournament until we heard about Steph Curry? Let's just be real. Come on now. And
think about this too. Like, and there's some great college and professional coaches are you're soon to be or going into the Hall of Fame. And take Jay Wright for example.
And the Patrick Beverly of YouTube, I know exactly who you are, bro. And I know exactly who you are. I could tell you one player that's still a Hall of Famer without saying Allen Iverson, and that's Vince Carter. What are we saying?
That's another guy that needs to get into the Hall of Fame because
Carmelo Anthony is a Hall of Famer without a championship. Can I keep going? Reggie Miller. Can I keep going?
Wait, Reggie Miller's not in the Hall of Fame?
He's a Hall of Famer.
He's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
I was about to say.
He's a Hall of Famer. He doesn't have a championship.
Charles Barkley's in the Hall of Fame. He don't have a championship.
Famer, but doesn't have a championship. Steve Nash, a Hall of Famer, no championship.
Patrick Ewing is a Hall of Fame. He don't have a championship at all.
Come on, dog.
If Steph Curry retires without a championship, he'll be a Hall of Famer.
Come on, man. He will
be a Hall of Famer.
Without saying Allen Iverson, I could go name by name of how many players is in the is that's you know what's funny? It might be more players in the Hall of Fame that doesn't have a championship compared to players that have championships. I'm just gonna be real.
Oh, all right. So,
I love debating.
So, Damien, can I ask you a question? Damien, can I ask y'all a question? So Danny Green got 3 championships. Is Danny Green a Hall of Famer, Damien? Does he deserve?
No.
Damien,
No.
Damien, can you answer this? Can you answer this? Does Danny Green deserve to be a Hall of Famer? And he got 3 championships. Is he a Hall of Fame type player?
Hold up, wait a minute.
sit up here and wait.
Hold up. He said winning a championship in college, in high school, is like winning a championship in a Pee Wee league. It don't mean shit to NBA championships. Are you bugging?
Damien, is Danny Green a Hall of Famer? Because he won titles?
How do these players get in the NBA? From what their careers are in college, bro. Let's be real. Or high school, bro. Nobody knew who the hell Michael Jordan was until he went to North Carolina. Let's just keep it real.
Yeah,
Damien, is Danny Green a Hall of Famer? Is Danny Green a Hall of Famer, Damien?
Let's keep it real. Nobody knew who Magic Johnson was until he went to Michigan State, and then after he came to the league, he had to replace Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, what made Magic Johnson so good because of the hook shot in the NBA Finals for them to win it because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was hurt. Let's keep it a buck. Come on.
I mean, like I say, Aaron, he would never probably win a championship. That may be true. We're not disputing that, but he's still a Hall of Famer. At the end of the day, he's still a great player. At the end of the day, we like I say, he may never win a championship. You may be right, but he's still a Hall of Famer. We're not debating if he would never win a
Chris Paul would never win a championship. It doesn't matter.
Hall of Fame player.
At the end of the day, he's a Hall of Fame player without a championship. That's all we're saying.
And look at Chris Paul's resume too. Like Chris Paul, say what you want about it, but Chris Paul can go down probably one of the greatest assist leader.
He's going to go down as one of the greatest point guards of all time. One of the top 10 point guards of all time.
Even though that Chris Paul doesn't win a championship, it might not never win a championship. We all agree on that. We don't see Chris Paul winning the championship at this point in his career.
Yes,
we don't see that. But what I am saying is that sometimes winning the championship is not really all about that. If you can, for real, I feel like if you can't win a championship and you still put a hell of a career together, fuck a championship at this point. If I can, because remember, when you in this, it's a chain of command in the NBA. It's a chain of command in all sports. Yeah, you could be an all-star.
That's true. He will be one of the greatest point guards to not win a title. To not win a
Hall of Famer.
He's going to be a Hall of Famer. That is true. He will be one of the best point guards to not win a championship. Charles Barkley is one of the greatest power forwards to never win a championship.
He needs to retire as the analyst.
I agree on that. I agree on that statement.
Yeah, we definitely agree on that. But it's a chain of command. It's a chain of command. Sometimes if you can't win that championship, you got to embrace the fact that you still became a Hall of Famer without winning a championship. That means that you still made an impact on your sport and your craft to be a Hall of Famer and not be a champion. I'm not saying you don't play the game to win a championship because everybody do. It's just that it's just not the time. Chris Paul's at the end of his tunnel when it comes to winning the championship. So he's probably like, okay, I'm just going to be a Hall of Famer. Sometimes you have to skip that championship and be a Hall of Famer because Hall of Famer is the highest thing you want to be in professional sports. No matter what it is. It's the best thing that you want to do because you go out on your own terms.
All right, we still got 3 more topics we got to get in here, and then we can call it a freaking night.
Let's go.
Could the Blazers trade their number 7 pick to build around Dame?
What build around Dame as far as what?
I guess bringing some more people in there besides him.
So we're going back to the Zach LaVine thing then, if that's the case. Because I don't know who else who's going to Portland. Who wants to go there?
Is Zach LaVine a free agent? If you're a free agent,
yes,
you can't trade the 7. You can't trade the 7 pick for him because he's a free agent. He can do it.
So technically,
he can decide what he wants.
Well, they was talking about Jeremy Grant. He was known as the name.
I don't think he were no 7th overall pick though. Not really.
I think Grant is staying with Detroit. Another guy that another guy we squandered.
Another you talking about Jeremy Grant?
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately.
But Dame don't want to go.
He don't want to go nowhere. He's too loyal.
That's the thing, though. That's what making the Blazers look the fuck stupid, because the Blazers have all the authority to trade Damian. No, it doesn't matter if he wants to stay there or not. They're just giving him his wishes to stay there. As a business owner, as a organization, you're making a business transaction, and that's what Damian Lillard is, a business transaction. I mean, listen, send Ben Simmons there. Trade Ben Simmons to the goddamn Blazers.
Oh shit!
Lord have mercy.
Trade his ass. Trade his ass. Matter of fact, no, I'm wrong, because Damian probably cuss him out too, because he probably won't play it.
So, I'll pay good money to see that.
Ew, Ben Simmons in them ugly ass Blazers jerseys that still look like the back of the day from Clyde Drexler. Fuck no.
He said Dame is in the same boat as Bill, but Bill's wanting to take a max to staying in Washington.
But Bradley Bill is a person that
I think he knows
when his time is up in a city, and I think his time is up is in Washington.
Yeah,
Damian wants to be in Portland, Oregon, with probably like a bunch of cornfields and shit like that in Oregon.
Like,
I don't know what the hell goes on in Oregon besides college sports. I mean, I'm just saying. Who wants to play in Portland? Portland, Oregon. Who wants to play there?
He said Dame will make a Ben. He said Dame was gonna make a diss track on Ben. So it's reported. So the Brooklyn Nets are reportedly unwilling to give Kyrie Irving a long-term extension due to his personal decision to not get vaccinated and unpredictable injury history. Where does Kyrie go from here?
Huh?
Kyrie is done in the NBA.
I think Kyrie Irving needs to really consider if he wants to play basketball, if he wants to retire. Because, like I said again, he did show flashes like that, because he did disappear from the team without letting anybody know, where he's going or where he's at. He had the organization worried about him and stuff like that. It's a decision on what if he wants to play basketball. I don't think Kyrie I don't think his head really in basketball, really, to be honest with you. I don't think
his head in
when
his
you
heart.
have a Nike endorsement since you came into the league and now they want to end their contract with you is a problem.
That's absolutely true.
That's the problem. After next season, he will not have a sneaker deal with Nike.
Nope.
And I don't blame Nike for doing it, because I'm a former Nike employee. I don't blame y'all.
I told you, hey, they gonna pay James Harden again. Watch, they gonna pay him.
I don't think we are. I really don't think we are.
I told y'all I live 10 minutes from Wells Fargo. Matter of fact, their offices is in Camden, and I know exactly where they're at. Damn it, I'm gonna go bomb them.
The only reason,
right down the riverfront in Camden. Stop
the
playing
only
with
reason
me.
why we got James Harden is the only reason why we got James Harden just to get rid of Ben Simmons. That's what it was. That's what it was. People kept saying, "Oh, Ben Simmons wants to play in Philadelphia." Yeah, all right. We see it in the regular season, but we all know what happens when he gets in the playoffs. And when we made this trade and we went live about it, I don't say I told you so.
I told them why they finna pay him. They gonna pay him. I don't think Morey is willing to pay. I don't think they're
not going to pay James Harden. If we went to win right now, if Daryl Morey was smart. If we want to win right now and we're keeping Doc Rivers, you do not pay James Harden. You don't.
Jesus Christ. The final topic of the morning. See, look, of the afternoon. I'm ready.
She already worried. Look, already worried about that.
And I'm at work doing 16 hours on the live. You could tell this is real shit right here. What's up? And I'm looking at the cameras while I'm doing this. What's up?
So in 20 years, will Steph Curry be considered one of the best point guards?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
That's no question.
He's a top 5 point guard.
That's no question. By the time
is he top 5 all time right now?
He'll be a top point guard of all time. That's no question.
I think
he's top 5 all time to you right now.
Not right now, but when his career is
Not right now,
over.
but
He said
yeah,
in
that's
20
what that's
he
what
said in 20 years. In 20 years.
In 20 years.
When
When his career over,
he
when his
did-
career over, I think he would be
I hate
considered
doing top fives and top tens. I just think he's going to be one of the greatest point guards of all time because we do have a lot of point guards that come before him too, and we just can't throw that away either. I say he's going to be one of the greatest point guards of all time. He's going to be on that list, absolutely.
So let me just because I was at work, mind you, I work from home, and I was watching TV. Hush up, because it was a topic that was being debated. I'm sorry, and me and Jalen were talking about this earlier, and he said he said no. That's why I wanted to ask. But anyway, so and Max Kellerman was talking about top 5
oh
point
god,
guards.
that clown.
His list was crazy to me. So his number 5 was Isaiah Thomas. Now we talking about point guards of all time.
Okay.
Number 5 was Isaiah Thomas. His number 4 was Oscar Robertson. His number 3 was Steph Curry. His number 2, who the hell? Oh my God. Wait a minute. Oh, his number 2 was Magic. And his number 1 was LeBron James.
Point guard?
As a point guard, LeBron James.
Wait.
LeBron James
got Magic
point
number
guard.
one.
LeBron James is not a point guard. Please stop that bullshit.
LeBron's more of a power forward.
He's more
Or
of a
small
three.
forward.
No, he's
He's more of
actually
a
a
small
three.
forward. He's a small forward.
Yeah,
He's not labeled as a point guard, so you can't put LeBron. If his position say small forward, you cannot put LeBron James as a point guard of all
Just
time.
because he's balled up. This is what JJ Redick was trying to explain to Max. He was like, just because LeBron is so ball dominant, he brings the ball up, doesn't mean he's
Make
a
him
point guard.
a point guard.
He is not a point guard. He wasn't a point. He wasn't a point guard in Miami.
He sure
Nah,
wasn't.
He was a
Mario
3 guard.
Chalmers as the point guard.
Oh God, Mario Chalmers. Haven't
It
heard
was
that
Mario
in
Chalmers
years.
and D Wade.
Yeah,
So,
because Mario Chalmers and D Wade were the 1 and 2, and you had LeBron 3, and I think it was 4.
And I agree with I know who that is, the Patrick Beverly of YouTube, but I agree with that. If you're going to put LBJ in there, that means you might as well just put Draymond Green and Scottie Pippen in there too.
that's why he was like, we're gonna call him point. We're gonna call him point forwards.
Yeah,
they
for
They don't
Burn
do
actually.
Oh, Burn just said it. Damn.
Max
Ooh.
Kellerman just needs to stay in UFC and boxing. Get the
Nick
hell out of
Wrong.
here.
That's what Max Kellerman know more about boxing. He
Don't
know
get me
more
started on
than
Nick
that.
Wright.
He's a boxing guy.
I'm mad he called him Nick wrong though.
He always wrong.
I never did like Nick. Big Perk got some takes. I like Perk. Sometimes he off with it, but
Yeah, Perk keep it real though. Sometimes I gotta get on him too. So
point forward. That is true though. Like just because you ball dominant, bring the ball up, don't mean you're a point guard. And it's funny because Max wasn't trying to have that. Arcu said stay off the weed.
and Max Kellerman need to stay off the meth.
Nick Wright is Damian's cousin.
Yo, I can't.
But no, that whole Steph Curry thing, that's what they was talking about, and then I was like, I'm gonna have to bring Jalen on here for his take because he told me no. He told me he not. Hold on, hold on. Let me see if he a bit. Hold on, Jalen.
Oh,
Don't bring that boy on here.
Come here.
wasn't Michael Jordan a
He's
shooting
gonna
guard?
have a 5-minute appearance.
He probably won't even get in the camera. He's too big for the camera.
Oh shit!
He's a light-skinned version.
Not skip
God
big.
God damn it, RQ!
He's a light-skinned version of Michael Orr.
Come here.
Oh shit!
So tell the peoples. Okay, well, hurry up. Tell the peoples why you told when we talked about earlier with Steph Curry, why you said no.
Steph he's not a top 3 point guard because he doesn't fit.
It's gotta been down.
Oh.
They only see half.
My fault. Steph Curry isn't a top 5 guard. You could say 3-point 100%, but as far as the category point guard, I can name 5 people that are better at point guard than people like Chris Paul, You can even put Trey in that conversation.
What?
As far as the point guard, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Every
Oh, shit.
person can
Oh,
play, he
shit.
Well, you done got yourself in some shit now.
I didn't say he was better as a player. I said some aspects of being a point guard. Yes, I didn't say as a player as a whole.
We talking about point guard.
Yes, point guard. I'm not talking about being the better player. I'm not talking about all time. None of that.
Point guard. We're
Point
talking
guard,
about
yes.
point guard.
Yes.
Oh my God.
No.
Yes.
Like what aspects are
What
you
makes
like talking
Trae Young
about? Like
a
give me
better?
the aspects that
What
you
makes what makes
give me
what
the aspects
that
like
makes
that
Trae
you're
Young
talking about.
better than Steph Curry at the point guard position?
You don't handle aspect.
Like give me the aspects that you're talking about.
Mainly passing.
All he does is pick and roll to Clint Capella all day. That's it. What else does he do? Keep going.
You got nothing?
My
Yeah,
point exactly.
Yeah,
My point exactly.
but
All he does is pick and roll.
I
to
didn't.
Clint
I
Capella.
didn't
He
think
doesn't make
about Trey.
everybody around him better. He does not do that.
They say all Trey is good for offensively. That's all he's good for.
Yeah, but if you look at Steph Curry numbers, people, yeah, he could shoot the ball very well, but he could definitely pass the ball just as good as Trae Young. We just don't see it enough.
Now the assist like
Yeah.
doesn't blow you away. He doesn't average much assists as Trae Young because Trae Young is him and Clint Capella always in the pick and roll. But Curry can pass the ball, he can dribble just as good as Trae Young. He can get to the basket. He's just not a plain shooter. Yes, his best asset he can shoot, but Curry can do a lot of other things. He can do a lot of other things really good. Better than Trae Young, actually.
Yeah, I just feel like I know you're entitled to your opinion, Jay. You know how me and you get down when it comes to
I still don't think he's top 5. Maybe even if it's not just
shit.
Trey, I think there's other point guards that are better than Steph. That
Okay, so name
Yeah.
Trae Young, you name Chris Paul, name three more. Name three more that's better than Steph in the game right now.
You said name the guards that's better than Steph right now.
Name three more. Since you said 2 already.
Mm-hmm.
Then you tell me you said Ja Morant earlier.
No.
Ja Morant is definitely not a top 5 against Steph Curry. Absolutely not. Thank God you ain't make that take. But yeah, Kenneth Wright, I agree. Paul is the best pure point guard.
Yeah, he's the best pure point guard. He's a pure point guard. He's a pure point guard. He's a
pure point guard.
He's a pure point guard.
He's pass first. A pure point guard means you pass first.
You pass first. You don't score first. You pass first.
Jalen, we'll talk later about your other 3 because you said you can name 5 and you named 2. Jalen, we'll talk later.
But he said he's standing on his point.
Yeah, you can stay on your point, but you said 5. You only said 2. I'm just waiting for the other 3.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Oh man, but we're gonna wrap that up here. But there you have it, guys. Another Fadeaway podcast in the books. And we had a little special guest appearance. You know, my other twin. I can't deny him if I wanted to. I can't not claim him. But yeah, we was talking about that earlier. I'm gonna bring him on when we do football too because he had an interesting take about the digs over Hill too. That's another interesting.
Oh shit!
We gotta. Is that even a debate? we all know Tyreek Hill is just good because he's fast. He's not a great route runner.
I see why you
want to go all around. It's definitely Stephon Diggs. But
if you say Stephon Diggs, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it because he's a better all-around wide receiver.
He said Diggs is the better route runner than Hill. Only thing he got on Hill is speed. Only thing Hill got is speed.
We'll talk more about that. We'll talk more about that on Coach's Corner. I'll be there for that too.
Oh, shit.
Anything else y'all gotta say before we wrap it up out of here?
It's been a great show, man. It's been an awesome show, man.
And let's expect another blow up between the Celtics and the Miami Heat.
Listen, y'all making my day go by fast doing these podcasts from work. So shit.
Hey, Earl, how to overlay?
Make sure y'all tune on back if y'all want to hang out with Robert, and I'm sure Coach Donte will pop his head in there and keep Robert company because he's gonna need it if it is a blowout. He's definitely gonna need it. So make sure y'all come on back and tune in because we got a Robert with the play-by-play, and then Coach Donte will probably bring us back tomorrow with Game 5 of the Western Conference. I don't know what else we got going in on the network, but I'm sure you'll see us.
And then you'll see
We
me
got
Saturday night for another episode.
Hey, hey, how the Mays doing?
Phillies Talk
Hey, how the
Podcast.
Mays doing?
The A's is garbage. They just as bad.
Look, we can't talk because the Phillies ain't shit either.
That's what I'm saying. They just as bad as the Phillies. There's no difference.
But
We're
the only
like
difference is at least the Phillies can actually draw and attend it, more than 2,000 people to the stadium.
But
that's the only difference.
Oh, Jalen said he was talking about all time, not right now.
So name 5 all time. I'm waiting.
He said he only brought Trey and John in a conversation. But
we all know the Phillies underachieved the last 5 years. We know this already.
It's been more than 5 years.
The NBA draft is the NBA. Thank you, Burn. We're gonna be. That's not till June 23rd.
See,
of course.
Me and EJ,
that made Robert calm down. God damn it.
Me and EJ talking about getting together though for some draft for some mock drafts.
So look out for Coach Donte and EJ. They're gonna be doing some path to the draft NBA, and of course we'll be live for the NBA draft on the 23rd. Yep. But be on the lookout for uploads.
The only thing I'm probably gonna be live for is probably my. If you guys like me just ranting on the Phillies, you can check me out that on Saturday night at 8 because I'm going to be tearing into some new ones.
How do you drop a goddamn routine fly ball pop up? How the hell you do that?
I'll get to that on Saturday night because oh boy, they not watch my reaction. I was pissed. It's like how the fuck you. As a player, it's like, oh,
I know Roman Quinn was the hero the other night, and then he can't catch a damn ball.
And just to let y'all know, John Gruden, aka former Raiders coach, he's winning his trial with the jury. He's up 2-0 against the NFL.
Oh shit!
Because the NFL did some shady stuff to force him out of Las Vegas. I'm kind of happy that they did, though. But I'm just saying, I just had to throw that in there real quick.
Yeah. And I love some John Stockton. I ain't gonna lie, I love John.
We definitely got something to talk about for Coach's Corner too, because they did make some changes to the practice squad as well, according to Ian Rappaport. So definitely keep a lookout for that. I'm gonna put that in the group chat for you.
Just give me the time. I go over.
Are we doing Coach's Corner this time?
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Of course, I'm doing a double tomorrow too. I got to be on Coach's Corner. Fuck that.
All right, guys. So there you have it. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. All the links are in the description as usual. And
hashtag the road to 1K.
Make sure y'all go subscribe to Robert again. He's on the road to 1K. The grind is real. And about another hour, you'll see Robert. And Coach Donte.
If I don't fall asleep if the Heat shit the bed again. So keep them
company because they're gonna need it. But definitely going to get out of here. You see y'all. Hot fries.
There he goes. He's got his own nacho fries.
But we're gonna get on out of here. So nobody else got nothing to say. See y'all later.
Nope.
See y'all later, man. Peace out, y'all.
Peace out and hair grease.
Peace out.
I heard they want the news. Well, we got it just for you. What's your team? Who your player? Who your crew? I heard they want the news. The spotlight is on you, and if you in the hot seat, it's times 2. I heard they want the news. Come tune in to the crew, but we got the hook up just like black and blue. I heard they want the news. Spotlight Sports, what it do? Hit subscribe and that like button too. I heard they want the news. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na.